Judge Jigoku, present your trunk for examination. I believe it's very possible that it will contain traces of the victim's blood. I wonder how he managed to keep the blood from, like, how he managed to stop the blood from pooling in the trunk. But he probably tied something up to it. Present my trunk? I refuse! This is my butt! What? On what grounds? I pooped in there. I'm the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Empire of Japan. I shouldn't have to put up with this treatment just because of some stripling's baseless accusations. In other words, Judge Jigoku, there is blood in your trunk. I decline to answer that. As the Minister of Foreign Affairs, I have privileges that allow me to... At this moment, you're not a government minister. You are a witness in a trial in the Britain's highest court. You're not even in Japan, dummy. I don't care who you are or what your status outside this courtroom might be. You will not withhold information. Nothing is more important than the truth. Yeah, you tell him, boy. Ah! Can't force the man to bring his trunk out. At least you can force somebody to bring the trunk here. Order! Order in the court! Well, Mr. Jigoku, what's it to be? You can't be serious! You did it! Have you no shame at all, Kazuma Sogi? What? Very well. I admit it. I did bring the inspector's body into the country. He's about to pin it on Kazuma. Inside my trunk. Exactly as postulated by the defense. What? You... Dear God. Outrageous. So it was you. You admit to Inspector... No. I admit to nothing more than what I've said. Of killing the man, I certainly have no recollection. What on earth is that cryptic statement supposed to mean? I merely disposed of the inspector's body, which was left in my cabin, in order to avoid unwanted attention. As your digital assistant over there pointed out, I had no chance to throw it into the ocean. So, I decided my only option was to bring it into Britain with me and dispose it of somewhere else. You can't still deny it. If you didn't do it, then who on earth did kill the man? As you know, there was one other person in my cabin that night. He had the opportunity. And moreover, he'd already accepted a mission to take the inspector's life. Oh! That's right. Who else could it have been? It was you, Kazuma Sogi! You... Oh my lord. We're gonna find out Strongheart somehow. Strongheart somehow was in that cabin too. I never thought you stooped to this, Seishiro Jigoku. You've taken the words straight out of my mouth. Prosecutor Kazuma Sogi. What? Could it have been Strongheart? You thought by leaving the body in my cabin, you could pin the crime on me, did you? Well, prosecution counsel has already admitted to visiting the witness's cabin on the night in question. Yes, on an assassination mission, no less. You wouldn't. So, what do you make of that, young stripling? You've heard my testimony now, and it's all I have to say on that matter. I'll admit to nothing more. I don't believe this. Counsel for the defense. What is your position now? Court awaits your response to the witness's assertions. The assertion that on the night in question, the victim's assailant was in fact Mr. Kazuma Sogi. This isn't the dead end it seems to be. The answer's right in front of me. What we're rhyming now comes down to Jigoku, or Kazuma. Both of them had the opportunity to kill Gregson, but only one of them did it. I'm just a step away from proving who. Very well. The defense is ready to respond to the assertion put forward by Judge Jigoku. I am? Oh shit, now he's 2 steps ahead of me. I mean, in my heart,
I would say it's impossible, right? But I'm clearly biased here. Not that I need to save. I'm gonna save anyway. Oh wait, how do you save? I clearly have a bias because of Kazuma. It's Kazuma, but how do you intend to say it's impossible for him to have done it, right? It must have something to do with the fact that the sword tip is in the chest. If he were honestly killed Gregson, he would have slashed him instead of shooting him anyway. But that still doesn't change the fact that the sword tip is in here. Why did he slash? Who did he slash at? And why is there blood on the chest? Did someone throw the chest at him? Did someone throw the chest at Kazuma? Why? I just need an explanation for this. I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and go with my gut. I don't want to go with my gut anymore. I don't know. I'm just gonna let my bias pick it. I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know. Jachikoku, let me remind you of something you said only a few minutes ago. You claimed that logical reasoning is the future of the judicial process.
It is, no question.
Well, logical reasoning can prove something here. Namely, that it would have been impossible for Prosecutor Asogi to commit the crime.
What?
What? I have no idea where we're going with this.
The court will only accept an argument that is supported by compelling evidence. So present what you have, counsel. What proof is there that allegedly demonstrates the impossibility of Prosecutor Asogi's involvement?
The only thing I really have is the chest. I don't know. Here you go. I don't know. You're making. Oh no! I don't know. Shit. Oops! I pressed the wrong button. All right. No member of this crew was on sentry duty outside the first class cabin nearly all the time, so as long as the guard was there, it would have been impossible to fire a shot without it being heard. That very much narrows down when the crime could have been committed. The court will only accept an argument that is supported by compelling evidence, so... The fact that it didn't go back to the part where it said it was possible, I think indicates that this was the right way to go. The sword. Nope. I don't know the answer! The answer to this... Present this again. Oh, my controller's low on battery! Wait, did I get it right? This itinerary for crew members of the SS Grouse, my lord. This is conclusive proof.
An itinerary? How does that prove anything?
Judge Goku, the moment you acknowledge that you found the victim's body in your cabin, this itinerary suddenly became much more significant.
What? Why?
On the night in question, as always, a crewman sentry was on guard outside your cabin door. As long as he was there, nobody could have fired a shot inside the cabin.
Absolutely,
because it's inconceivable that the guard wouldn't have heard it and come to investigate. So that tells us that the crime must have taken place when the guard was elsewhere. And that narrows it down to the 20 minutes just after 10 o'clock, as indicated on the itinerary.
Yes, I see no flaw in the reasoning so far.
But the crucial point is this: when the evacuation drill took place, the steamship had already put to sea from the port of Dunkirk. Oh, so it was already out. It wasn't docked anymore. Now, clearly the murder could have only been committed by somebody who was aboard the vessel at the time. What Prosecutor Asogi stated in yesterday's proceedings. I didn't come to Great Britain to take anyone's life, so I left Gregson and disembarked the ship. I spent that night at a boarding house in the town and returned to England the following morning. Which I'm sure the court will agree is conclusive proof that Kazuma Asogi couldn't possibly have carried out the killing. Oh, so that means it was Jikoku. Couldn't have been Strongheart, right?
No, absolutely not! I don't accept that at all!
What do you mean?
The boy's just saying that to exonerate himself. We can't trust that he really disembarked the vessel. Obviously, after he left my cabin, he hid himself somewhere nearby on the ship. Just waiting for a chance to come back and finish it.
No, that's out of the question. Isn't it, Kazuma? As the defense rightly recalls, I disembarked the vessel and spent the night in a boarding house in Dunkirk.
And as I said yesterday, I signed my name in the accommodations register book. All extremely easy to verify, and undeniable proof. No, there's no escape this time. You can forget that you're a judge or a government administrator. It's time you gave the court an honest answer, as a common man. You killed Inspector Tobias Gregson and transported his corpse back to Britain. And then you dumped the body in the room on Fresno Street and made it look like as if a murder had happened there. That's what really happened, isn't it? Seishiro Jigoku. I just realized, why did Jigoku know to go to that spot, though? Why does Jigoku know about that place? It was that damn trial 10 years ago. That's when this all began. He's gonna rip the stand off. Looking back now, my fate was decided that day. I was doomed already. Ah! Owie. He defied physics. It's over! My life is over! Calm down. I'm not sure I understood the delay of the wood breaking off, but... who's saying this? I don't know. A British assassin to eliminate a professor in Japan. A Japanese assassin to eliminate a detective in Britain. Both assassins will use diplomatic immunity to evade convictions and return safely to their homelands. The assassin exchange request arrived from Britain about 1 year ago. Though it was hardly a request, it was a demand. And for that, we decided to recruit Mr. Asogi. But things didn't go according to plan. Your chosen assassin never made it to Britain. And you found yourself unable to dispatch a replacement. Because I was already on my way to Britain, at that time in Cosmo's place. And that left me with only one option for carrying out my obligation. To eliminate the mark myself, personally. Of course, there was but a single opportunity for me to do that. The International Forensic Science Symposium, I presume? That's right. I decided it would be safest to carry out that plan before my arrival in Britain. So I enlisted the help of my British counterpart. And made arrangements for a pretext that would take the inspector to Dunkirk. You're not even gonna fucking name out your damn accomplice or the counterpart who demanded you to do this? Man's loyal. Lure that man in. He was given a sham mission by the Reaper. What? The Reaper? Strongheart! Strongheart's the Reaper. There's only one person who could have done that. The mastermind of the entire operation. The Reaper himself.
So, that means that the assassin exchange was... It was all planned by the Reaper.
I'm not at liberty to say anything about my British counterpart. It's not obvious who the fuck it is! Anyway, the inspector accepted the Reaper's mission and dutifully infiltrated my cabin on the steamship. But it was all a trap designed to lead him to France. And his own death.
Oh, how awful.
It was past 9 o'clock when I returned to my cabin from the dining hall that evening. I didn't give him time to attack me. I choked him until he lost consciousness. But there was a guard just outside the door, so I left it at that for the time being. Even the slightest noise might have aroused suspicion, so I bided my time, waiting. For the 20 minutes after 10 o'clock, I had intended to finish him by strangulation, but almost before I had the chance, he suddenly came around and went for me in a reckless move. I'd received a British-issued gun 16 years earlier, being a member of the judiciary as a visiting student. They didn't take it back? I never imagined I'd have to use it for something like that. So the revolver belongs to you, doesn't it? Then the victim was killed inside your cabin on SS Grouse. Which begs the question of why you arranged this for his body to be discovered in the room on Fresno Street. The young judicial assistant over there has already answered that question. There's no way I could take the body up on deck to throw it over to the side. That's precisely where all the crewmen were gathered for the evacuation drill. So before the first class cabin sentry returned, I took the corpse to the refrigeration room. And then on arriving in Dover, you concealed the body in your trunk in order to smuggle it past the border police. I knew I needed to take steps if the police were to be convinced when the body was found in London. In that case, you must have known. You must have had intimate details of Inspector Gregson's intended schedule. Yes, my British counterpart sent me everything I needed to know. The inspector was due at Fresno Street at 5 o'clock that afternoon, in order to meet a man by the name of Hugh Brew, from whom he could take back his police identification. That's how he knew. I decided that man would be the perfect person to set up as the culprit. So I took a hackney carriage over there with the body still in my trunk. That must have been just after we took this photograph with you at the hotel then. Yes, I was expecting a welcoming committee. I was more than a little nervous. On Fresno Street, I spotted a young girl selling little firecrackers. Miss Venus, of course. I conceived of the candle trick there and then. So I donned a simple disguise and approached the girl to buy enough firecrackers to replicate a shotgun. What if she wasn't there? What sort of disguise? For some reason, the inspector had a bright red hairpiece in his own traveling case. So I put that on. How did it fit? Although I suspect I drew more attention to myself than I would have otherwise.
The hairpiece we found at the scene. The inspector had it ready for the Red-Headed League investigation.
I only arrived at the room at around 4:45. So I quickly placed the body on the floor, moved the notice board, and set up my little candle trick. I arranged it so that the firecracker would go off with a bang around 15 minutes later. So that Mr. Boone, who was due to arrive at 5, would walk straight into a trap. Except, at the last moment, I made a careless blunder. What was that?
I imagine it was the bag of fish and chips.
Huh? Oh, what? I didn't notice that it had fallen out over his overcoat pocket when I moved the body to the refrigeration. I put it back into his pocket the following morning, but... well, it seems the warmth of the heated cabin had accelerated the decay of the fish.
I didn't remember us finding the fish and chips.
Anyway, that's everything. All the sordid details of what I did.
The fact that you're not gonna fucking name out the person who put you up to this. You stupid as hell. You a loyal dog. You dumb as hell. Stupid ass motherfucker.
I've heard enough. We've arrived at the truth about the murder of one of the country's most capable and respected police inspectors. The witness will be tried in the coming days. For a crime of such a vile nature, you can expect the most severe penalty.
An exchange of assassins. What a foolhardy idea.
Mr. Jigoku, one last detail. Who was your counterpart in Britain? Who was the mastermind behind the assassin exchange? Boy, if you don't... Nothing you say now can make any matters worse for you. Just tell us! Boy, if you don't... Enough! Don't you throw a tantrum at me. I've already told you that I cannot say! Even though as things stand, you may very well never set foot in your homeland again. What are you waiting for? Can't we get this over with now? It's finished. All of it. I'm finished. Then, in the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I now pronounce the findings of this court. This man before us has admitted to the willful murder of Tobias Gregson. Hey, wait a minute. Wait. This is the case for Barak Van Zees, right? Shouldn't it be not guilty? Seishiro Jigoku, it is the opinion of this court that you should be found.
This isn't the case for him, though. This is the case for Barrack, isn't it? Don't you have this
And may I remind all those present of strict confidentiality demanded by this closed court.
Wait a minute. Nah, is Sherlock gonna interrupt or something? No? Oh, I thought for sure Sherlock would interrupt.
Moments ago, Mr. Jigoku signed a written confession, admitting to the murder of Inspector Gregson, and the subsequent conveyance of the body.
We still haven't gotten the answer about the chest yet.
In short, the defendant's innocence has therefore been established beyond a doubt.
So, Sherlock! Sherlock, get over here!
Oh, wonderful! Well done, Mr. Naruhodo.
I'm not done. Yes. Thank you.
Is something wrong? Yes.
I'm just a little troubled by his silence.
The true identity of the Reaper of the Bailey and his extraordinary assassin exchange. We do remain in the dark about these mysteries. However, insofar as the indictment brought up against the defendant in this trial, we have reached a conclusion. I have every intention of pursuing both mysteries as a prosecutor. As you wish. Now, for the formal adjudication, whatever. I hereby declare the defendant, Barrack Van Zieks.
Who said that? I didn't hear. Was it Kazuma? Yeah, it was.
The prosecution calls for adjudication to be deferred. Counsel? The accused's innocence hasn't been fully established at all. And therefore, it would be wrong to deliver a verdict at this time. That is the prosecution's unwavering position.
But, what?
But, Judge Jigoku has already confessed.
Nevertheless, Barrack Van Zieks has committed crimes for which he must be punished. Well, it appears you have information that the court needs to hear, Prosecutor Asogi. Certainly, the murder of Inspector Gregson was actually carried out by Seishiro Jigoku. But it's clear from the witness's testimony that he was coerced into complying with the plot. Into the sick, merciless assassin exchange. That may be true, but... So what I want to know is, who coerced Jigoku? Who was pulling the strings? The victim went to France having been ordered on a mission for the Reaper, only to be murdered. In other words, the mastermind behind the assassin exchange is someone in a position to give such an order. As we've already established, the Reaper himself. Well, certainly, that would appear to follow. The prosecution hereby formally accuses the man in the dock, Barrack Van Zieks, of being the Reaper of the Bailey. Furthermore, I'm going to prove his guilt, beyond all reasonable doubt.
Oh my god.
What?
He didn't do it. He didn't do the thing that you're accusing him of doing. It's clear that this man here...
Order! 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 The Reaper of the Bailey. The long-standing mystery, Counsel. Are you suggesting you have some new information with which to build a case?
Scotland Yard has already investigated Lord Van Zieks very thoroughly in that regard, and they found no evidence whatsoever to substantiate the claim that he is the Reaper.
Perhaps, but circumstances have now changed. What do you mean? It's already been established that the assassin exchange was negotiated with Jigoku by the Reaper himself. Which means, we now have a new line of questioning by which to identify definitively the man's identity. That is, the prosecution's intention here. I must say I'm surprised by quite how tenaciously you appear to want to besmirch my name. He has reasons for it, but I don't know if this is why he's doing this. You're guilty of an unforgivable crime, Lord Van Zieks. And I will bring you to justice for it. Whatever it takes. That explains Kazuma's silence before. He'll stop at nothing to finish what Lord Van Zieks unwittingly started 10 years ago. Very well. While it's extremely irregular, I will on this occasion grant the prosecution further opportunity for witness testimony. The defendant will disclose any and all involvement he has had with the Reaper in an assassin exchange. I thank you, my lord, for guiding the court so wisely. I hereby declare this court to be in session for a supplementary hearing. Oh. Pray turn a blind eye to this courtesy, as I verified that this is vile and unremitting accusation hasn't soured the contents of my hallowed chalice.
Lord Van Zieks!
I first had to suffer the pseudonym of the Reaper 10 years ago now. And ever since that time, I've endured the weight of implied guilt that's gone with it. So I welcome the chance of testifying now, and crush those allegations once and for all. Good. Then let's justice aside, Lord Van Zieks. The prosecution seeks to begin building its case by calling the accused to the stand as the primary witness, in order that he may answer the accusations brought by the prosecution that he is the Reaper of the Bailey. What say the defense?
Putting the defendant in the witness stand can be extremely dangerous. And Kazuma-sama is so emotional at the moment. He's not thinking logically.
You're right that he's not himself. But I knew it would be like this. And I came here today determined to face him through whatever may arise. As a lawyer. And as his friend.
Then that's what we must do.
The defense has no objection, my lord. Very well. Defendant, you will take the witness stand and give formal testimony on the subject of your involvement with Reaper and the assassin exchange. Who even brought the stand back? As you wish, my lord.